That was fun. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a wonderful place to be this morning. Beautiful nature on the outside, love on the inside. There may be another announcement to be made, but we'll wait a little while for that. No, go ahead.
Thank you, Gene. Hello, good morning, everyone. As we announced a couple of weeks ago, I accepted an offer from the ACLU of Virginia to start working there in the first week of September. Since then, things have changed. And we worked out and we talked and had a lot of input from friends and family. And it was not going to be the correct move for our family at this time. There's no part of me that thinks that it was the wrong decision to tell them no. And I feel even more strengthened and hardened by the love and support from this congregation, from, like I said, from our friends and family, to know that we are here and we'll still be here in this community to help make change the best way we can. In the ways that we can. So I just wanted to say thank you all to you for your support in us going and for our support in staying as well. So thanks.
I now invite Marty Moore to come forward and light the chalice and lead us in our affirmation of covenant, which is printed in your order of service.
I light the chalice with these words. Open our eyes to what is beautiful. Open our minds to learn what is true. Open our hearts to love one another. Please join me in the affirmation of covenant, which you will find printed in your order of service, saying, love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament. The service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, seek knowledge and freedom, serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other.
When I agreed to do today's sermon, I thought it was going to be a see you later sermon. So it was going to be really bad. It didn't matter what I said. I was going to be, no, I'm joking. But in thinking about today's sermon and thinking about the experience, not just with, being on the job hunt, but just living in the times that we are living in. One of my goals working with my therapist was to build resiliency, because so often I will push full tilt and then have a really big crash, and there wasn't any in between. There wasn't a safety net. And so when I really ponder, or when I really put forth practices to build resiliency, I find that my life has much more joy. I find that I bring more joy to my family, to my friends. I find that I find the joys that were already in my community much easier because I allow myself to see them, because I have given myself time to build that. So part of that is why I titled this sermon, Rewilding the Spirit to Build Resistance, but it really should have a caveat. Rewilding the Spirit to build resiliency in our resistance. So what is rewilding in the sense of nature? It's a conservation approach focused on restoring and protecting natural processes and ecosystems, often by reintroducing native species and reducing human intervention. It's a holistic strategy to enhance biodiversity, improve ecosystem health, and promote natural resilience. Spiritual rewilding, according to Donna Lancaster, an author of I Have author of I Have Been a Therapist, coaching. She's author of 2 books, The Bridge, a 9-step crossing into authentic and wholehearted living, and Wise Words for Women. She says that in a spiritual context, rewilding signifies a restoration of our connection to nature, ourselves, and each other, ultimately leading to a renewed sense of spiritual wholeness. It's about recognizing and embracing our innate, untamed nature and finding deeper connection to the sacredness of the natural world. When we take time to reconnect with what's around us and really understand what it is that is important to us, what we hold dear, I really feel that it boils down to people. It boils down to each other. So when we look outside on our grounds here, and I should have prefaced this, I'm not going to hold you long. I thought if I put that joke at the beginning again, it might not go well, so I just want to sneak that in now. Because I want you to get out. I want you to see this wonderful world that we have. And I want you to understand why it's so important to preserve it so that we can then preserve each other, that we can pour into each other from a cup that is full and not thirsting for more. When we think about nature, when we think about human nature, we honor the profound interconnectedness of all life and recognize that our well-being is inseparable from the Earth's. We strive to cultivate harmony with nature and within ourselves and foster mutual care and resilience. We always will hear resilience in terms of the natural world, and then when we bridge that into our work, our real work, our activism, our resistance to the evils of the world, we understand that when we have the harmony with nature, we can make great change. We can make great change in policy. We can make great change in how we view each other. We can make great change in how our communities are built and how they are sustained. In an article in Psychology Today by Mark Bekoff, he summed up rewilding as a mindset. It reflects the desire to reconnect intimately with all animals and landscapes in ways that dissolve borders. It means appreciating, respecting, and accepting other beings and landscapes for who or what they are, not for who or what we want them to be. And I think that is a great line, not for who we want them to be, but solely for who they are. It means rejoicing in the personal connections we establish and need so badly. It is inarguable that if we are going to make the world a better place now and for future generations, personal rewilding is central to the process. Laws and public policy won't do it. Instead, each of us must undergo a major personal paradigm shift in how we view and live in the world and how we behave. Personal rewilding, spiritual rewilding is also a guide for action. As a social movement, we need to be, and there's a lot of P's here, so bear with me, peaceful, proactive, positive, persistent, patient, practical, powerful, passionate, playful, present, principled, proud, and polite. He calls that the 13 P's of rewilding. He's not very creative. It's not a great acronym, so here we are. Ultimately, we need a social movement and revolution in how we interact with animals and nature, a movement based on peace, compassion, empathy, and social justice, and that feeds directly into our activism, feeds directly into what this congregation specifically does out in the world. There's no membership. Instead, we are all already members as living, breathing human beings who move in circles of coexistence. And peace, compassion, empathy, and social justice are all part of a much-needed revolution in thinking and acting with kindness for all. So, how does rewilding our spirits happen now? We ground ourselves. Go ahead and feel the floor beneath you. We breathe. Go ahead and take some breaths in. We feel and we feed our souls and we feed our needs like community, like going outside and seeing the wonders around us and understanding how critical it is for us to protect those things to the best of our ability. As Tim Atkins said in the reading, we can be like water, always moving forward and carving a path of change as we go, slow, steady, ferocious, wild. Rewilding our spirits fuels our resistance and our resilience to be able to see our far-reaching goals through to the very end. We rest, we rise, we resist, and we gain resilience through the strength of our community and the power that we create when we lean on each other. So as we go out into the world, how will we resist the wrongs we see around us? But most importantly, how will we remain resilient to fight in the best ways that we can?
I invite Marty to come back and extinguish the chalice. Please join in saying our closing words, which you'll find in your printed order of service, saying, "Go out into the world in peace, have courage, hold on to what is good, return to no person evil for evil, strengthen the faint-hearted, support the weak, help the suffering, honor all beings." Thank you. Go out into the world.